Are we almost live? Now we're definitely live. How's it going, guys? We're scrumming. America's Scrum. Ta-da! And I guess we should just go through our regular questions. John, how's it going?
Good, good. Just trying to get my mind around this new code base that I
Right.
have at work.
Wow, cool.
Yeah.
What are
It's,
the? What is it primarily?
well, it's an HR application,
Uh-huh.
and we actually do have a lot of customers, and a lot of these customers have various custom things that they need about their way of doing HR. And so there's this part on learning is how they do handle this, because it's not a NoSQL thing. It uses instead it uses Postgres, which is obviously relational, but Postgres offers this thing called HStore, which allows you to sneak in a little bit of like schemaless stuff into any given column. Well, a predefined column.
So yeah, there's like a column that just is like an extendo column that goes to other tables or something.
It's a column that is just a simple key value hash,
Gotcha.
where everything is strings.
Okay.
And so,
That sounds more sane.
yeah. Well, anyway, my only complaint about this code base is, I mean, they have a good product. They more or less made good decisions and stuff, probably better than I would have made. But a lot of the like actual code is very procedural, and it's not easy to understand until you like walk through every little bit of it.
Yeah.
I'm sort of, yeah. So it's I'm probably going to be doing some of my own custom refactorings and see if they accept it. But it's just like everything is just rushed, well written but rushed, and so it's like the refactive phase never came into a lot of this stuff. And
Right.
got a bunch of conditionals, a bunch of stuff that could be decomposed into a couple functions instead of just one big function. You know, some controllers that are like have a method that's 120 lines long. You know, that's obviously the worst one, but just some stuff that makes you say ouch when you look at it.
Yeah.
What about the test coverage?
Test coverage is only RSpec, so there's nothing. Like they do have acceptance tests, and they make use of factor girls, so it's not all nastily mocked and stubbed. Like you can actually tell if you broke something. But it's only RSpec, and so they sometimes have bugs with, you know, how it actually appears in the browser because they're not making use of Capybara, and they have a lot of JavaScript, and they don't have any Jasmine on it. So, not the worst, but not the best.
Right. I think one can live without the cucumber tests, but a lot of JavaScript without Jasmine, and especially JavaScript, which likes to fail silently. I think that's what really needs tests.
Yeah, I have a feeling a lot of these people develop with localhost 3000. You know, they don't develop with tests.
All right. Okay. All right. That's a good one.
Yeah.
All right, but you liking it? I mean, what's the environment like? The people?
It's a cool little group. It's a startup, and I don't know. Yeah, the commute's a little long to get there, but I like working there. Seems like a nice group of people.
Great.
That's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool. All right.
And are you planning on working on anything? Excuse me.
Yeah, I'm just going to be tearing at pieces of this code base. They are doing sort of like a structural onboarding with me where they have covered how permissions work and how custom fields work, and then they're like moving on to other parts of the code base sort of sequentially throughout the week with me, and I'm going to be like implementing small features for all of them and stuff like that. And so right now I'm just reviewing the stuff I've already been shown so far.
Well, that sounds like a very rational way to bring someone on board.
Yeah.
Are they like fast at implementing features? Is there a rush?
They are fast with implementing features.
Really?
Sometimes too fast.
It's just I always wonder because I've never worked in a software development, like in a company.
Yeah.
So and I actually haven't got a clue. How quickly does usually the development take place in commercial companies.
Well, just knowing
Compared
how
to
fast you've been working on
development.
website one, I think you would actually be a pretty good match for this team here.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I was like getting a feeling that I should be at least 10 times faster for any commercial work.
Mm-mm.
Well, if you're working on the same software for a while, you're gonna get super fast, and you're
Yeah.
gonna know exactly. Oh, I have this template of this other code. I can just boop boop. Done.
Yep.
Yeah, I can imagine that, but yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's why I'm thinking what it feels, what it's like to work in a like commercial environment with people under pressure, with deadlines and stuff. See how it's like, what it's like,
Yeah.
what it's all about. All right, but that's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Well, thanks for the info there. So Yara, what have you been doing? What do you plan on doing? Do you have any blockers?
No, not at all. I'm not blocked at all. I've got a lot of things to do, and I just need time for doing it. I've
Yeah.
been working on the polishing of that Hangouts feature. Brian has merged it in onto develop, so now we have buttons restarting the Hangout if it didn't start automatically for some reason, and the button for editing a link manually. Again, it didn't start automatically for some reason. What else? I have. Oh yeah. I'm not sure if Brian has pushed it, but it's about to push. There was a pull request for a single sign-on for Discuss. So now you don't need to log in into Discuss if you're logged in into website one to do the comments and stuff. And what else? And yeah, and this weekend I've been reading about CSS, HTML, and Bootstrap because I was trying to make a form for the events thing, and like 4 lines of HTML took me about 2.5 hours.
I
So I
hate that.
decided I just need to read something about it.
Yeah.
So I've been
Was it
reading
because
about that.
Bootstrap was crushing your CSS or what?
No, it's just I didn't have a clue how to nest CSS and what are those tags for submit and form and label for and
Yeah.
input box and things like that.
Field set. Blah blah.
It's just I never bothered to understand it.
Right.
I was always browsing through the HTML, not really trying to understand what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So hopefully I've finished reading a book on it, and hopefully I will do some refactoring of the UI that I've done on Hangouts.
Damn. You like to
Maybe
learn things the hard way, don't you?
well, yeah. I mean, what's the other way?
Well, the other way, reading a whole damn book before you do anything is pretty intense.
No. I mean, that's like reading a book and trying things. It's just
Right.
I've been trying setting the style and stuff. So, it's working.
He's out there with a bow and no arrows for 5 years.
No, it was quite fun actually. I quite enjoyed playing around with Bootstrap because you can get, with quite a little effort, you can get a visual effect on the screen really quickly.
Oh yeah.
One thing that really bothers me is, every time I change the HTML, it takes ages for the page to reload in Rails. And I was thinking, maybe is there a quicker way of like doing the UI?
Yeah, practice on something that's not a Rails app. Like use a Sinatra app instead.
Yeah, but I mean, we have pages on EIB. Maybe there's a way of sort of interpreting them without Rails, just to see the result in HTML in the browser.
Yeah. Copy it over to a Sinatra app.
Yeah,
Oh, you mean actually like look at it without a web server at all?
well, ideally, yes. Ideally, if the browser did that. If the browser, well, I know that like Vim, for example, you can have plugins for Vim which would compile like CoffeeScript. If you write in CoffeeScript, that would compile into JavaScript right on the fly. Maybe there are plugins that would compile ARB without Rails.
Yeah, I'm sure you could, but it would have to be a static page that doesn't need any sort of dynamic data being fed into it.
That's the thing.
Or it could hard code it, I guess.
But anyway, yeah, that's what I was doing, and that's the plan. So
Cool.
currently, I'm not doing anything much. Also, I'm doing the course on Code School on JavaScript. That's quite fun.
Which one?
I'm doing the JavaScript 3.
Okay.
I decided to start from scratch.
Mm-hmm.
It took me ages to do those exercises for like console print, console log this, console log that.
Oh God.
But then I thought, okay, let's just do it. Maybe I'm missing something. And actually, after 2 days, I actually realized where you should put the semicolon and where you shouldn't. At the end of the line.
Right.
So that was worth the effort.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I might have even, I've been studying my Java book because I'm trying to do the certification and Sun certified. But it's similar. Like, oh, I thought I knew, everything about this, but what do you know? I did actually learn something. That's great.
Cool.
And then I guess as far as my plans, I've been also launching a couple VMs, trying to figure out what's the difference between this Travis environment where everything just works so great and what we have going on now, which is for some reason bundle install just kind of skips over that without doing it. So whereas on Travis, it doesn't even look like it's doing it, but it just works. It's crazy. Maybe they install. They might do gem install of every gem in the world, but I don't know.
Why not just take the Travis box and use it?
Well, there's not an official Travis box. I mean, we could take
Yeah,
this
but
guy.
it doesn't matter what it's called.
Yeah.
Why not just take this box, which works?
I mean, the ultimate reason is because it's not very similar to EC2 where we're deploying,
right. Yeah, I always forget about the EC2.
Which is like, so EC2 is based on CentOS, and then we're on Ubuntu,
CentOS.
Yeah.
All right. Oh. Is there a Travis box for CentOS? Maybe.
Probably.
That's for the good news, actually.
I have a VM of CentOS, but I don't. It's not, Travis.
But is it like a completely different branch of Linux? Can you not use the same pseudo apt-get?
Just some of the packages have different names. Apparently, is one of the big hurdles. Let's have a different flavor of Linux, which will be only distinguished by very slightly different package names. I mean, that's at least one of the differences that we see. The package manager is. Yeah. So it's still kind of hanging out there. Maybe we'll get back on that at some point. But I'm getting kind of tired of spending hours trying to start different VMs. How's your volume again? Oh well. So good deal. I'm glad you're enjoying your job, John, and it's challenging.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy.
Cool. And is your girlfriend's job going well, or she's happy about work, or she's in school?
She's at work. She's officially a doctor now, but what she's doing is an internship.
Right. Okay, so that's very intense.
Yeah, it's going to start getting pretty intense. Right now she's shadowing the outgoing interns, and she goes full speed on the 4th of July weekend.
Oh, great.
Which is well known to have a lot of emergencies coming into the hospital.
Exactly.
we'll see how crazy it is once that starts.
Ouch.
Well, I guess we can stop the broadcast. We're getting a little off the beaten track. Happy Scrum.
Yeah.